So next are the electrophilic substitution reactions of aromatic amines. So next are the electrophilic substitution reactions of amines. These are the electrophilic substitution reaction of the amines. So till now we have done the various other reaction like confirmatory test of the amines, that is primary, secondary and tertiary amines, and next we will do the electrophilic substitution reaction. So first of all, what is electrophile and what is substitution? Electrophile are the means electron, philic means loving or liking, substitution means replacement reactions. So electron loving, basically electron is the negative charge. So negative charge loving species come to the amines, aromatic amines, and they replaces their suitable part to undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. So these are called electrophilic substitution reaction, and opposite to electrophilic substitution reactions are nucleophilic substitution reaction, because in nucleus there is the presence of positive charge. Nucleus is positively charged. So nucleophile substitution reaction means when positively charged loving species come to a substrate and replaces suitable part from there, then that reaction is called nucleophilic substitution reaction, and this is the electrophilic substitution reaction. So if you will see the structure of a aromatic amine, then or a simple amine, aliphatic amine, you will see that this is the aromatic amine and this is called aniline, or there is the aliphatic amines. So we will discuss here the electrophilic substitution reaction of aromatic amines. So if you will see this structure with detail, you will see here that there are carbon at this corner, carbon, and further one hydrogen is attached to each carbon. That means here is carbon, hydrogen, here is carbon, hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen, or we can write this structure as this ring inside this structure means aromaticity. So there are the 3 pi bonds, these are the pi bonds, this and this, there are 3 pi bonds. So if you will see this structure, you will find that in this structure there is the carbon is present, and what will be the reactivity center? Most probable reactivity center is this carbon nitrogen bond, because maximum polarization is present here carbon and here nitrogen, and moreover nitrogen as usual possesses the one lone pair of electrons. So this is the electron rich part. There are also electrons present in these pi bonds, but if you will if any electron loving species coming to this substrate, electrophile is coming to this substrate. Electrophile means electron loving species or negative charge loving species. So you will see here that there are the 3 pi bonds and this lone pair of the electron, and these pi bonds will not react with the electrophilic species. Why? Because as compared to this nitrogen. Why? Because these pi bonds are involved in the aromatic bonding. So these pi bond makes this ring more stable, and whereas the lone pair of nitrogen on the nitrogen is easily available for the reaction, because this lone pair is not involved in the any kind of aromaticity. So this lone pair of electron is easily available for the electrophiles, and further when it will react with the electrophile, it can react with the electrophiles. So this is the reactivity center here in case of aniline. Moreover in addition to the reaction of the amino group, this is the amino group and this is a lone pair of electron, aromatic amines also undergo typical electrophilic substitution reaction of the aromatic ring. In all these reactions, the NH2 or NHR or NR2 group strongly activates the aromatic ring. So this group present amine groups. This nitrogen amine group present in the on the ring with its lone pair of electrons strongly activates this ring. So in addition to this amine group, this ring will also go the electrophilic substitution reaction. Now we will see how it will undergo the electrophilic substitution reaction. As I told you earlier that first of all, this reactivity center is this nitrogen, and second reactivity center is this ring due to presence of pi bonds. But preferably this electron pair on nitrogen will react first, because these pi bonds are involved in the aromatic pi bonding. So these amine groups, whether NH2 or NHR, like this NHR group or NR2 group, this group is basically NH2 group, amine group. So these all groups strongly activates the aromatic ring through delocalization of the lone pair of the electron of a nitrogen atom. So delocalization means this lone pair of electron can be donated to the ring, which will further activate it for the reaction. So as a result, electron density increases more at ortho and para position. This is the ortho position, this is the para position, this is meta position. Ortho, meta, and this is para. So this electron pair can be donated to the rings this because this electron pair on the nitrogen is easily available for the donation or reaction. So nitrogen will donate this lone pair of electron through this bond to the ring, and this donation will obviously increase the reactivity at ortho and para sites as compared to meta position. Therefore the NH2 group directs the incoming group to ortho and para position, that is NH2 is an ortho and para directing group. Due to the strong activating effect of the NH2 group, aromatic amines undergo electrophilic substitution reaction readily, and it is difficult to stop the reaction at the monosubstitution stage. Usually the reaction proceeds to give 2,4,6 tri-substituted amines. The high reactivity of aromatic amines toward the electrophilic substitution reaction is due to the fact that, in addition to the usual resonating structure that stabilize the intermediate carbocation, the resonance structure formed by the interaction of the lone pair of electron on the nitrogen atom with the positively charged carbon atom of the ring also tend to increase the stability of the carbocation intermediate formed during the attack of the bromine cation. So let us see, if suppose that what I said, I am writing here that reaction that will make things more clear to you. Suppose this is the aniline, and there are these type of pi bonds are present in the ring. So suppose if a bromine cation comes to ring to the ring and attacks at the ortho position. This is the ortho, this is also, this is ortho, this is also ortho, this is ortho, this is ortho. So if a bromine cation comes to the ring at ortho position, whether at this carbon or this carbon, so there are 3 double bonds present in the ring. Now I am not writing those double bonds here. First of all, let me write that bromine is coming to this carbon and resulting in the formation of this carbon bromine bond, and hydrogen was already present here. As I told you, in benzene ring every carbon possesses 1 hydrogen. So suppose that earlier this structure was like this. It can be like this, or it can be like this pi bond is present here between this carbon and this carbon. So considering this structure, bromine cation attacked at this carbon, so it will not affect these 2 pi bonds as such, and it will attack at this carbon. So bromine cation means this bromine positive species. This is the electrophile. Why? Because it already possesses positive charge, so it will try to go to the negative charge. So it goes to this carbon ortho carbon, and it utilizes this pi bond to form the carbon bromine bond. And what happens here? The positive charge comes to this carbon. Why? Because there was the valency of the carbon is 4, and earlier there was at this carbon one carbon nitrogen bond was present, one this carbon carbon bond was present, and one this carbon carbon bond was present, and hydrogen of this carbon was replaced by this group, NH2 group. So what happens, this pi bond here was consumed by this bromine cation in formation of this carbon bromine bond, which result in the formation of this carbocation. So let me write here 1. So this is the first condition. And suppose that if the incoming bromine cation comes to the para position, then what will happen? Let us see that. This is the para bromination. Here also amine was present. Further, after resonance stabilization, in case of para attack, after resonance stabilization, there is formation of this carbocation again. So let me write here 2. So if you will see that what happens here, these carbocations are basically, this carbocation is a tertiary carbocation, and this carbocation is also a tertiary carbocation. Tertiary carbocation is that carbocation which is attached to 3 other carbons. Okay, whereas secondary carbocation, where cationic carbon is attached to only 2 other carbons, whereas in case of primary carbocation, carbon is attached to only 1 carbon, this cationic carbon. So this is the only 1 carbon. You can write further detailed structure of these 3 carbons also, because all the carbons are tetravalent. So let me write here tertiary, secondary. So these carbocation formed in case of this ortho and para attack, both are tertiary carbocations. So they are most stable as compared to secondary and primary carbocation. So obviously electrophile will try to attack on the ortho and para position preferably as compared to the meta position. So this is the orthobromination and parabromination. So this is called the, so you can be asked in an exam, why electrophilic substitution in case of aromatic amines takes place at ortho and para position. So you will write the structure and you will write there that in case of ortho and para attack of electrophile, there is the formation of tertiary carbocation, and these tertiary carbocations are more stable as compared to primary or secondary carbocation, which are formed in case of the meta attack. So electrophilic substitution takes place at the aromatic amines, for the aromatic amines takes place at the ortho and para position. So first example of electrophilic substitution is halogenation. Halogenation means addition of halogen. Halogenation, due to strong activating effect of the amino group, halogenation of amines occurs very fast and halogen enter the para and both the ortho position even in the absence of catalyst. So this is the aniline, NH2 and bromine, water, this is bromine. Further here comes the amine group. So this is the Bromination takes place at the ortho position and para position. There are two ortho positions in aniline and one para position and two meta positions. So bromination takes place selectively at the ortho and para position. Further, there are the three molecules of bromine, means there are 6 atoms, 3 atoms are here and 3 atoms form the hydrogen bromide. So due to the strong activating effect of this amino group, halogenation of amines occurs very fast. The halogen enter the para and ortho both even in the absence of catalyst. So even in this reaction is very fast and occurs even in the absence of catalyst. So here you can see there are no special conditions for this reaction, that is some fixed temperature or some kind of catalyst. You just use you have to just mix the aniline and bromine and there will be the formation of this tribromoaniline. If however a monohalogenated derivative is required, the amino group is first acetylated and then halogenation of ring is carried out. So if you want to, this is the trihalogen substituted product. If you want to add only one halogen or one bromine, then first what you have to do, you have to first you have to first of all do acetylation and then halogenation of the ring is carried out. After halogenation, acetyl group is removed by hydrolysis and the monohalogenated amine is obtained. So let me write that reaction here. First of all, here we will do, we will take aniline like this and we will carry its acetylation, that is in the presence of this acetic anhydride. What will happen now? There will be the formation of acetanilide. One hydrogen will be removed and product form is the, this product will be formed. Further, acetic acid will be side product, and in next step what will happen, we will do bromination, Br2 in the presence of acetic acid CH3COOH, and there will be selective bromination or halogenation. This is the selective bromination. It is para bromoacetanilide. This is the acetanilide and this is orthobromoacetanilide. And further, when we will hydrolyze this product in the presence of acid H positive H2O, there will be the formation of ortho and para bromoaniline. Parabromoaniline and this is orthobromoaniline. So this is orthobromoaniline and this is parabromoaniline. So you can see here the difference. This is the tribromo product and this is monobromo product. So if you want to make the tribromo product, so you have to first of all just take aniline and have to add bromine to it in the presence of water and it will form the tribromo product. Whereas in case of if you want to prepare the monobromo substituted product, that is ortho or parabromoaniline, so you have to just first of all make acetanilide by adding acetic anhydride to aniline and further halogenating it, and in last step you have to do acidic hydrolysis. So if you have been asked in exam and you have been given these reaction conditions, there will be tribromo product, and if you have been given these reaction conditions, then there will be the monobromo substituted product. Next is the nitration. So we will see the nitration. Nitration is done by this reaction. Here aniline concentrated HNO3, concentrated H2SO4, 293. In the presence of this temperature, there will be formation of NH2, NO2 plus. H2 NO2. So this is para nitroaniline, this is meta nitroaniline, and this is ortho nitroaniline. And ratio of the formed products will be 51% will be para product, 47% will be meta product, and 2% will be ortho products. So nitric acid is not only a nitrating agent but also acts as a strong oxidizing agent. So as a result, direct nitration of aromatic amines is not a useful reaction since it often gives tyree oxidation products along with some nitration products. However, under controlled condition, nitration of aniline gives a mixture of para-nitroaniline and meta-nitroaniline in approximately 1:1 ratio. So the reason for the formation of larger amount of this unexpected product, that is meta-nitroaniline, is that under strongly acidic condition of nitration, most of the aniline is converted into anilinium ion. So let us see how aniline is converted into anilinium ion. This is aniline. Now see here condition, the nitric acid plus concentrated H2SO4. So these are the strong acidic condition, that is the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. So when aniline will be kept in the strong acidic condition, it will react with the proton, as acid contains the proton, and proton will convert this aniline into anilinium ion. Anilinium ion means here was a lone pair of electrons, so this proton will react with this lone pair of electron and will result in the formation of anilinium cation. And further, when this aniline is treated with the nitric acid, it will result in the formation of para-nitroaniline. So this is the para-nitroaniline and its concentration is 51%, whereas anilinium ion will also react with the nitric acid and will result in the formation of this reaction intermediate similar to this anilinium ion with nitro group at this meta position, and when this intermediate is treated with the ammonium hydroxide, it will result in the formation of meta-nitroaniline. Which is only 47%. So therefore, to avoid these problems, the most convenient method to carry out the nitration of aniline is to first protect the amino group by acetylation, and the acyl group is finally removed by the hydrolysis to give a mixture of ortho and para nitroaniline. So now what we will do, we will first of all protect this amine group so that the proton from this concentrated sulfuric acid does not undergo reaction with this amine group. So to avoid these conditions, first of all we will take aniline. As we did in the last bromination reaction, protection of amine group was done first. So this is the aniline, and aniline was treated with this SCH3CO2 acetic anhydride, which result in the protection of this amine group NHCOCH3. This is the protection of this amine group. Further, concentrated HNO3 was added to the solution along with concentrated H2SO4. This, so there was not available this lone pair of electron at nitrogen was not available for the reaction, and there was the formation of only two products, that is ortho product and para product, para nitroacetanilide and ortho nitroacetanilide. So this is the para nitroacetanilide, and further there is ortho nitroacetanilide. This is para, this is ortho nitroacetanilide. So these both are the, one is major and one is minor product. So there is no formation of these kind of disturbing products, that is meta products. Further, when we will hydrolyze it in the presence of acid, that is H positive H2O, there will be the formation of orthonitroaniline and para-nitroaniline. This is orthonitroaniline and this is the para-nitroaniline. So if you want to obtain these two products, that is ortho and para-nitroaniline only, you have to first of all protect this amine group Y acetic anhydride. Whereas if you want to obtain the meta product, then you have to just do the nitration directly with concentrated HNO3 and H2SO4. Whereas in case of this ortho and para major ortho and para products, where para product is the major product, you have to first protect the amine group with the acetic anhydride, and acetic anhydride will form the acetanilide as in case of bromine. Then you will do this nitration as we did here. So there is a one more extra step in case of formation of ortho and para product. So this was the nitration. Next we will do the sulfonation and diazonium salts.